Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to look at Underverse episode 7, part 2. As of right now, this is the most recent episode, and frankly, I was told Fatal Error is in here. I checked out what Fatal Error was, and I learned what Fatal Error was. More importantly, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. Let's get started. I have a lot of mixed feelings about hearing the song right now. On the one hand, it's awesome. On the other hand, it's probably going to be another year before I hear it again. And if I'm lucky, only a year. Still haven't got to Monster Flowy yet. Although maybe in this episode. I mean, it's right there in the opening credits, man. If that's not in here, that would be a massive error on the story's part. Just showing something like that and not dropping it. Granted, they've dropped in everything else they showed in the first season, so probably gonna happen. I want more than they're putting out, man. Damn it. I'm sure that's a problem a lot of people have never mentioned before. The specific stars matter, or is that the different people he has with him? Gino and Error, or first, and then with the broken Fatal Error, who I know about now. We've already seemed to get this sort of resolution between these two. A bit more going on here. I'm not sure if Ink and Fresh have a resolution yet, or that's just demonstrating their level of power for the previous episodes. Also, I may or may not have been listening to Alteration so freaking much on my own time because it's such a good song. It just hits all the points you want for background music while reading for specific sections. Still looking forward to this team up. Also, I now believe Kara only has white hair for some reason, and it's stuck in my head. Or Kara, whatever. Okay, so that would be Geno, probably good Geno, talking to Cross. Starts swinging those swords. It's Cross. It's not even a pun, it's just the statement. Just because there's a little highlight, just a tiny bit, that makes it a pun. God. I know Sans is a punny character, but really? That was the one they used? Returning the locket? Yeah, it was really awful. Wait, what was that? Do you know my... What happened to you, pal? Because Geno is functionally immortal. And blue? Did a truck run over you or something? Sans? Yes. Not the one you know, though. There's a lot of them. Hey, what's going on? A papyrus. I told you this wasn't the best shortcut to the... So who's... Oh, wow, different clothing. Wow, a third brother! He's just going for it. I knew getting a bigger house made sense. Incredible. Wait. It's not a blank white sky in the background, so they're not in Kor's realm. I know there's a phrase for it, but frankly, I've just been thinking of it as Kor's domain this entire time, so it's just in my head at this point. That would imply they're in a world that isn't completely effed yet. Unless they're in that little bubble where they had a sky still. Maybe? Probably not, because I thought Error did destroy all of the alternates. Unless he missed one. When are we going to see another me? Undyne? Steady now. You're making him uncomfortable. Oh yeah, purple blush. Here, young man. Just random has chocolate. Aww. Frisk likes to share a snack with you. I wish he was nutritious enough. Because his Frisk is so dead in the inside. Yeah. He's seen other Frisks, though. But being nice always seemed to hurt him then, too. And we'll know where it is if we see more people around. Wow, random office. Cross the Skeleton, a veteran Royal Guard. That's super cool! I think it's just the way the face is drawn, just with the eyes more open and simplified, as opposed to the ex-Alphys, who seems much more intense and brooding. This one seems more like, cool, I'm a geek, I like shit. It's the small thing, just how the eyes are simplified here, that it makes it a big difference. Nothing compared to our counterparts all over the multiverse. debatable. That's why he looks edgier, more driven than these two. Oh my god. I mean, yeah. Give it to Undine. She has currently said the thing every single person has been saying about everything to do with the X universe. Edgy. So goddamn edgy. So edgy that if you start talking about it, you just get cut randomly. Honestly, it was a little disturbing when I found it, but yeah, I got one right there. That was kind of unpleasant, but it's just what happens. She was different. Oh, is this Aftertale? Oh, my name for the last few years. And the fragment of the soul, yeah. It was very painful and lonely past. But hey, I eventually made the right call. Because he was fighting around with half a soul. Frisk was, not Frisk. Kara was fighting around with half a soul the entire time. And like, I need a full soul. And then Gino's up here going like, sup, dude, I got even less than you and it's fine. That's, they're not even flexing, but it's a flex. Yeah, and my scars. They're a reminder that hope can shine even in the darkest of times. Wow. You. Bye. Oh, shit! I didn't notice until he brought it to light. His scar's gone. Was it like that before and I probably just missed it? I legitimately just missed one of the defining features of Cross. The scar is gone. Because he got that when he fucked up the entire world because killing Gasterov out of a rip-roaring revenge maelstrom. I mean, he admittedly deserved it completely. Because unlike Kara, who's getting that happen to them right now, this caster never repented. Or felt bad about it. He might have mellowed a bit, but he never actually thought it was wrong. Well, wrong enough not to do it. We're dining out tonight. Why don't you join us? I'm not going to. My treat. If you're okay with that, of course. Did Aftertale survive? I'd love to, but I gotta go. I'm sorry. We understand. You're in the midst of something big. Frisk wishes you a lot of luck. And Frisk is just kind of silently there. I hope we meet again, random stranger. You're a kind young soul full of stories. Young is also debatable. Good luck in your interdimensional journey. Thanks. Graz needs a word with me and Sans before he leaves. We'll catch up with you later. Okay. Don't be late. I think, yeah, this video does highlight one of the issues I had between this and the Fatal Error comic dub. The dub aspect. I like the dub, but it was always weird to hear someone's voice and not just hear random beeps. I know, that's the part that hugged me up. So this is like going back to, oh, this seems normal. I mean, the dub was fine. I liked it. I was expecting beeps next to the words, like beep, 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 and then the actual dialogue. It's weird. That's a me thing. But I got so used to it being done here, with the subtle variations in tone being the difference in character speech, that was really the only defining factor I had for so long. It just feels weird not to have that. Ah, yes, the edginess. No one in sight. Good. What you gonna do, Cross? What did Geno do? Oh, ink. Never mind. Get out of there, ink. Phew. Your royal guard instincts are still keen. You've stuck your nose in too far. No need to hide anymore. I know. He's able to feel shame? Ex-Gaster sent me from his car. Oh, he... Oh. So he was working on incomplete information. Is the scar with Kara then? I thought... Weird how that would transfer over. Long story short, the multiverse is gone. So what I heard in the Omega timeline, core timeline, was true. But how does this place still exist? Another original universe timeline, a bit different from the one you went to. Let's say only those who've seen reality's darkest side are linked. Right? That's how the X-Event comes to our memories, the moment we look at your face. What? Was that a thing before that people had selective amnesia of them? So they only remember them when they see them? You think that would be something that would come up prior? Or was that something added in later to justify how they would go back to their normal lives and not interfere too badly? Huh. And why does that happen when everyone else seems to just deal with multiversal stuff all the time? I'm just into it too far on this one. We know the original universe, and its timelines are the only ones left. Because an idiot thought it would be just a silly little game. You're ignoring the other side of the coin. Really? Everything will get back to normal when I... Good! Finally someone did it! Yes, he is. X-Gas might be planning to erase all timelines as we speak. Do you think he won't? I've lived in 10 different times, and they're all in the... Because they did that shit as well. So he's literally punching in the ink in the face for the timeline shenanigans they pulled. Him probably on his behalf, because that's exactly what Gino did with all the timeline bullshit. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I know it's a serious scene, but they're just making it hilarious to me. Only 10. He wasn't the one who wiped out the universe. You said I was wrong. You compared me with his actions. But you were secretly helping him in secret. His eyes still seem duller than before. Less vibrant. Helping him was a choice. Becoming friends with you was a mere fluke. Was it? Still, that always felt genuine. It's just that I don't want to regret it now. We both messed up by getting our hopes up, didn't we? Yeah, a little more than that, too. You know, X-Gasser won't fix everything for you. Yeah. Everything just keeps falling apart on its own. So, normal. I don't expect anyone to understand that. That's why his eyes are muted. Hiding something from everyone? Oh, okay, that is such a cool effect they just pulled. This right here, you see how it's a very, very clean image right now, and frankly, the show's been coming a long way, and that's very obvious. So, this moment right here, when they start saying he's been hiding something from everyone, the dissonance in the background, because ink still stays clear, so it's not just an editing error, but the background behind it, everything that's not the character speaking, suddenly fuzzes out as there's static being enforced on it. That is such a cool effect, because even if this wasn't already highlighted as the line on screen, it does such a good job at highlighting this is important. Frankly, this is one of the few times where a dub would probably work even better, because we're reading it normally. We already know it's important because they don't usually put stupid throwaway lines in here. There's usually some kind of meaning, if it's either a joke or a reference of some kind, either to the plot or to another plot, that they're just being like, hey, we're aware of that. It's a cool reference type deal. There's no just random, that's, yeah, pretty light. Good, yes, I only highlight that because there are so many published, paid writers who add bullshit like that to every goddamn paragraph. I'm not angry about that. I'm absolutely livid. But this is a good example where if it was audio, we wouldn't have that cue from the speech bubble. So the big cue itself would be the static just hampering it. We said, he's been hiding something. As the entire world around the character blurs out, becomes static, he becomes less distinct. And that's just one of those, whoa, shock moments. And I love that as just a tool. Just want to know what it is. Honestly, I'm with him on that. I'm kind of curious as well. At this point, it might be too late. We ain't getting wiped out by the X event. There's some real big trouble ahead of you. Oh, so it's not just those two. They're actually fuzzing them out as well. Are they de-resing? Dude, you see that? That's you and your timeline being separated from the others. Timelines can separate. Isolation is devastating. It's not a coincidence that I'm the one telling you this. Because he's closer to fatal. There are many ways to break free, and all of them you don't want to engage with. Watch out for which version of yourself will get the job done. Sorry for changing tune, fellas. I was having a word with him. What is he doing here? Is he going to kill them? I can't move. Wait, so he was in two places at once? Or was it all an illusion? Entirely possible that he was talking about isolation, so he was talking with himself that was there and a self that was not there at the same time. Whoa. Okay, one? It's probably not real because that's way too quiet for Gasper. He talks a lot. Two, what was that? That's probably not good. Because the bleeding eye very much reminds me of Fatal. Oh, hell. Especially the blue-red aspect. An anomaly has modified the exit portal. Subject X is heading into an unknown alternate timeline, proving that even what he knows is limited. And it was Gaster, but it wasn't all of him. Ouch. The data compilation reveals no information on this anomaly origin. Is he really drinking with one of his extra hands, just holding it in a nice, rested, relaxed hand? Yes. He is so trying to play the villain right now. Like, literally over the top levels. Transport here immediately. Well, shame. We shall lament it in due time. Error. Yeah. Fatal error even. Ooh. Okay, this is actually something I just find really cool. White on white is really hard to do, but they're doing that unique thing where there's actually a fuzz around them, giving them almost a glow of reality that isn't there. It actually looks super distinct, and I kind of love it. I don't think X-Caster sent us here intentionally. And even the world itself is rising up. Thought he was going to take you with him. He was trying. He also failed. See? Is everything okay? What's on his face? I mean, it's obviously not. But you get what I mean. I've never noticed until now. If everything has its own alternate version, and if alternate multiverses also exist, then it was all pointless. Are they going through something worse or better than all this? Probably both. Are we the best versions of ourselves? That would suck. We're dealing with something already. Okay, this is actually funny to me just because that's the most intense color he's been there. So just having his breakdown and him going, no, not dealing with this. Fuck you. We're busy right now. Mental problems later. No time for existential questions, Cross. Just because someone else has their own life doesn't mean you're not having your own. Whatever, fine. Let's get the heck out of here. No, I thought you didn't need my help anymore. Ain't you able to travel between worlds to steal stuff? I was with Kara. I'm not proud of that, okay? And with the help of Nightmare. Oh. Wait. Oh, yeah, we're getting Fatal. Also, what did that say? Currently, to make Windows... Yeah, that's a physical error. A fatal one, even. Although I say physical, because the only way to fix it at this point is just as good as if you tried percussive maintenance. Anyone who doesn't get what I mean? You've never had to deal with it and figure out that, you know what, if I break this in a million pieces and buy a new one, it's probably the same amount of effort if I tried to actually fix it otherwise. There has been some talk about you recently. Oh, he just faded in. Gino? No. Let's see if you're all worth of us. He's testing them. What happened to him? A lot! Error fucked up. Timelines have branches. That's probably another him. And we're his prey. Honestly, we don't have time for this. You really don't. You should run. Also, wow. This is really a cool design. Frankly, they should run to X-Caster for safety. Not much better, but it's a slight improvement. I can't say anything well if these glitches. Oh, so it's not just on the screen, it's actually in the universe. Looks like he won't let me get out of here. He won't? Oh, okay, they're talking about Fatal. Better find a way out, eh? Not in the mood for fighting alternate weirdos. How troublesome. God, he's doing the villain things. Oh, his version of Gaster, the initial one, who shouldn't be capable of being in the regular timeline. What? I thought, but did he pull out his alternate, or no, his original version? Oh. Not everyone can be resilient in the face of adversity. I mean, you broke, so probably not everyone. Past, present, or future, failure is not an exception. You fear making a mistake due to this unforeseen event. No one can get rid of what is despised and unknown. An idiot would try, though. You know what? This is going to be something really odd. Even though X-Caster is playing the big villain here, even though he's literally got the over-the-top edgelord floating monster demon thing with a scowl, he still creeps me out less than regular Gaster. Because this version of Gaster looks so much more demented because of the smile. And yeah, he's smiling too, but the edginess actually makes it more relatable because you can tell there's a lot more sane thought going in there. I don't understand why he's making the thoughts, but I'm pretty sure there's a reason. This guy, this one is scientist who's gone too far. This one is mad scientist who thinks too far was too early. And he didn't want to stop when he went past that, lapped it, and decided, who needs reality? Also, neither of them actually have feet. Now I didn't realize that. Oh. So it could just be that he's talking to the ghost that he can perceive, or in his own head, because he's fading out. So maybe, no, she can see it as well, and they all seem to be reacting to it. Even him. Well, he could be looking at Gaster for all I know. It would be a straight line through both either way. Your perfect end is still uncertain. He stole the gloves. That is what is stopping you. Your visions are in danger. He's having fun. That hesitation is keeping you one step behind X-Caster. Did he just bleed his bones out of his eye? God damn! That incoming man, dude, shut up! Oh, so in the same way that Gino was holding two conversations at once, the version of Gaster that is talking to X-Caster isn't the Gaster from the normal Undertale. It's the Gaster that was the I was going to say mentality, but entirely possibly real, but also not real Gaster that was in Fatal's head, who's talking, and Fatal can hear that, so he's hearing the two conversations over two worlds at once. Oh, you and me. And I'm not sure if he's talking about them or X-Caster. Make your move. Stop doing nothing. Oh, and because he can see the wireframe, is it called a wireframe? The ones and zeros. It's all X's because it's all been blotted out, and you see the mark for Gaster on him where ink is clean of it. But has Airier's threads on him? What? What's he saying? Hey, see? Avoid the red strings. Oh no, it's other ones. Looks like it hurts a lot. Look for me. I'll never find out. Please, a wacky guy. So no, they're Fatal strings still. Right, this is our chance. Is he just turned off? He just de-res too late. God, this smiles are creepy. And ink just doesn't want to. Oh, yeah, it does damage. Code. It's calling for a worthy user. Give it. Ah, your battle is pissing me off. Okay. One gripe I have with Fatal, that goddamn high-pitched ringing every time he's on screen and focused. It's like I'm blocking it out, but I hate those sounds with a passion. So it is legitimately uncomfortable. Everything else is cool though. But if you insist, here's all yours. He just threw his arm. Don't hide behind your worthless creations. None of them will save you from it. He's talking to X-Caster. And X-Caster's, because it's a Gaster, and his own psychosis was basically based on that. He's cupping my weapon by touching it. You were his tool, not threat. His attacks and words He knows you're part of X-Gaster and will target him through your code. Oh. Your silence shows your fear. Because he's talking to Gaster instead, less from your code. Hey, Gaster, yeah. And it was that. Keep your guard up instead of monologuing in my face. Any event in between only strengthens me for the grand finale. Oh, that's interesting. The change in expression here. So this is the flat-out evil one. And as he goes from demented eye into a much more understanding eye. Is that indicating that the insanity that is this monster in Fatal's head is subsiding? Or is Fatal's insanity subsiding because a version of him is being put out? I don't know. I'm glad I'll never have to deal with any of you anytime soon. Oh, yeah, he got it right through the arm and what the... Ah! Fatal could die that easily. Yeah, he's not dead. Can't believe he did that just to save his butt. X-Gaster won't let you die. He will restore your body, okay? You sure about that? You will wake up there. Don't tell me this was the solution all along. What a waste of time. Felt kind of weird fighting together. I guess this won't be the last time. Ink. Because Gaster's talking through him. Don't do anything stupid. Really, X-Gaster? Ink do something stupid? Perish the thought. Ink never does anything stupid. He's been doing the one stupid thing constantly, so technically he's never done anything stupid. He's done one thing stupid. It's just never ended. And Fatal's resetting, but without the rage button. Your power. Your downfall. His power is his downfall. Because he could be hit by anyone. They're all weak points. Welcome home, Cross. And Ink is now in the corrupted city section. You made it. Who's talking? What the? Quite close to what I anticipated. Core? Why they faded out? Dream? Hi, Ink. Because he's separating the universes. Not supposed to look like that. Physically, we can't join the battlefield. You already know this timeline is detaching from the multiverse. Wait, this is the original timeline. But having done that would make it an alternate timeline to the original that would just go on, if I'm correct in how that is splitting up. So he made his own timeline copying the original, separating it from any interference. But why? Nothing and no one will be able to enter or exit this reality. That includes anyone who can hop between dimensions. Until they find someone who can. Even if we could. The world has recovered their memories from every reset. They abandoned their trust and hopes. Rescuing them won't be a simple task. Especially those innocent souls tainted by the X event. Inked over even. You're part of this story now, Ink. It's your choice to change its course. Can he even restore his emotions with anything here? We'll stay ready in the Omega Timeline until our last contact with you. Omega Timeline. Alright. Thanks for the idea. I know what to do next. What? Oh, was Ink being smart? Wow, he almost never does that. Cunning, sure, but not smart. Back to blue. A blue. You again. Seriously, things couldn't possibly get any worse. Oh, don't say that. I'm sure they could. You gotta match my style every time I change clothes or what? OMG, your jacket! No, wait. There's no time for that. Sans, I need one last favor. You don't deserve it. If you're game, this will be the last time you'll see me. That is a tempting offer. It's a promise. Unless Ink's going out with a bang here. You mother! That's where you ended? Are you... What? Two Sans. Still thinking about them, huh? Who are these? I'm curious if they made it to their place safely. Red and blue. With the rest of them behind them. Another version of us are going through hell while we're just chilling at a restaurant. I know, Bal. Now that we know alternate universes exist, I wonder if this is really the happy ending I was hoping for. Blue and Geno, or regular Sans and Geno from Aftertale. Why do you think that? So Geno's getting more directly involved. I don't know. Oh, no! Because when Geno decided to give up his happy ending, that's how Fatal came about. Oh. God damn, man. I mean, that was cool and mind-bending and figuring out who's talking to who and what's going on there, and somehow X-Caster being in the scene and not feeling like the biggest villain possible. Every step about this was insane, and I loved it. And I gotta wait probably an entire year now until the next episode comes out. That part kind of sucks. Worth it, but sucks. That said, tell me I'm misreading into that very last scene where Geno is having fun, but it's like, oh, I know there's other things, but I feel guilty. Maybe this isn't the happy ending I wanted. That does seem kind of either indicative of one of two things. One, I'm reading into this too much, and it's not laying the groundwork for the set of events that led to Fatal Error being created. Or it's indicating that he's going to become more involved in Underverse's timeline by trying to do random bullshit with other timelines, because maybe he'll leave and not become Fatal, because becoming Fatal is always a worst possible outcome. Because he's just sad and insane and driven to greater depths of what the fuck because of his own mental instability, or possibly real Gaster soul in his head driving him to more insane levels of what the fuck. I don't know. It wasn't clear. I think it's in his head, but then sometimes I think it's not, and I can't tell. What I can tell is, though, that ending was a great way to say, until we see the next episode and Geno's in it, we're not sure if that was just an indication that the timeline we saw was just Fatal before Fatal came about, or if it's going to be a different timeline split off that's going to just do something new that we can see in a future episode. I don't know, and until we see a future episode, that's never going to be clear. So for the next year, I'm just going to be thinking, oh, Cross getting a hand from him is what set him on the path of basic self-destruction. Lovely. Still kind of curious why Fatal is so obsessed with him, because I thought his entire thing was papyruses. Maybe there's more to the comic that I just didn't see in the dub. Entirely possible. Either way, I just need to probably rewatch this to figure out what the hell I missed, because there's a lot going on here. And frankly, this wasn't the most what the fuck episode. It's just a really good one. And I can't wait for the next. What I am going to ask for everyone, though, is if you know what I should check out next, what Undertale projects to look at. There's been so many told me. I don't know which one to get to. Indecision paralysis. It's a problem. I got an entire list I can just run through, but I also have some that looked really cool to check out right away, and I don't know which one. So you have an idea what I should check out, let me know, tell me what it is, what it's about, and I'm just curious where I can find it. For that, links to Discord, you can drop a link there. Either way, thanks for anyone who does that, and I'll see you guys in the next one in a year. Yeah. Worth it, but still, goddamn. Either way, I'll see you guys then. Adios.